All right, good morning. It is Monday, March the 30th, 2026. I thought I better bring in Nick Schilkey. Right, we're going to talk a lot about, not a lot, a little bit about action items this morning and just following up on some things from reviews. And this is the guy that oversees a lot of that. So before we go there, though, what a beautiful weekend here in Charleston. We've just been so spoiled with the weather.
Yeah, really nice weekend. I kind of laid low. Cleaned up a little bit of last minute, spring cleaning, kind of wrapping some of that up. But it was good to kind of hang around the house as some summer plans come together. It's kind of nice to enjoy when you do have that little bit of an off weekend. So it was really nice. But in bigger news, kind of heard there was a big soccer match.
Oh, the highlight of my weekend was coaching my son's soccer team. As many of you know, Tyson and I, we both have some boys on the team. And we have a young team. My son, I think, is the youngest player in the whole league, right? He's 4 years old for another month or so. And so he was, our team was quite competitive this Saturday game, and it was kind of a scramble around midfield. And my son got the ball, and he went coast to coast for his first career goal in the wrong goal. He went the wrong way. With tremendous confidence and just buried it for, and the funniest part was, he had no idea, and he even had like a good celebration. He was like a fist pump, and I didn't have the heart to tell him it was the wrong goal because he was so excited. And so I just told him maybe let's try to score a goal in the other net next time. But it was just a very happy dad moment. It was just the cutest thing. The crowd loved it.
You gotta get the first one out of the way somehow.
Yeah, you gotta get. It was funny. I think my daughter did the same thing. When she was about that age. So I don't know. We'll see. But so we've been really busy in the office here, of course, of following up on a lot of the action items again that we just kind of worked through for the review season. Kind of charting out the action items to come. And so you're sending a lot of kind of follow-up emails right now.
Yeah, like Johann said, this is a really busy time for us. So, as some emails come through and kind of pinging some of these action items, some with some harder deadlines than others, just a few things on the list, beneficiary updates, just finalizing taxes, questions that come up, please reach out. Sending some tax docs, those are some kind of things that have come across my way, receiving 2025 tax return uploads, and others kind of clients changing withholdings on accounts going into the rest of the year here, and kind of income adjustments going into the end of the year. Some things that were talked about during the reviews that we're kind of circling back to and just firming up, as we kind of head into the summer here and plan for the rest of the year. Mm-hmm. Another most time sensitive, those Roth and traditional IRA contributions with that deadline coming up.
Yeah. So April 15th deadline, and it's one of those things like if you're eligible, which if you're not sure, obviously reach out to our office. But if you are eligible to be able to make, whether it's an IRA, backdoor IRA, to Roth, just in my opinion, with the uncertainty of what tax rates might be in the future. If there's any way you can get money on the Roth side, I'm just a big believer in doing so, right? I mean, if you can, and a lot of this depends again a lot on income levels and your age, but my goodness, if you can get $7,000, $8,000, for some spouses that might be $16,000 over to the tax-free Roth side where you don't have to worry about paying taxes on dividends, interest, capital gains. When you withdraw it at some point in the future tax-free, I just think there's tremendous incentive to be making those contributions.
Yeah, and so if there's any questions, obviously we're going to ping where we see fit, but any questions regarding income limits, contribution limits, things like that, please reach out and we'll stay on top of it on our end as well. Mm-hmm. Looking at markets. Futures a little higher this morning. Kind of looking at last week, similar. Not down a lot, but another 1% to 2% down over the week.
Yeah, and I feel like we've been saying it for a while, right? There hasn't been, at least as of now, there hasn't been like a huge down day. Like a lot of times you see in market corrections, it's more just kind of 1% to 2% down for the broader market the last couple weeks. Looking at year-to-date figures, I thought this was interesting, right? So the NASDAQ is now down about 10% for the year. S&P 500 down about 7. But interestingly, and this just comes back to diversification, and so the MSCI, the All-World Index, is only minus 1% year-to-date, so since December 31st. And you see a lot of value strategies, like we talk a lot about, hey, like don't just own growth, make sure you own some value. A lot of value, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, which is, like I was looking this morning at, a number of the portfolios that we help manage. A lot of them are still up this year. If you just look at numbers today versus January 1st, like a lot of accounts are still slightly higher, which just goes to show why you don't plug yourself in the NASDAQ and be down 10% for the year right now. But
and important to keep things in perspective in the broader, looking even the year-to-date figures over the past few weeks. Things can be volatile, but it's important to look longer term.
Yeah, it's easy that recency bias, right? And just we put so much just behaviorally and psychologically, just a lot of emphasis on the very, very short term. Just it is helpful just to rewind the clock 2 months, 3 months, or I would even argue 2 or 3 years. But all right, so again, most importantly, make sure you fill up those traditional IRA, Roth IRA buckets, and Nick and I will be following up and bugging you if you haven't done that yet. So we hope everyone has a wonderful week. Questions, comments, concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to our team, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.